Okay, so in any case, our first performer for today is going to be Sylvie Cortil.
The life in Sweden. So on the first page here, you can see the main institute here and the seminar room. It's in this beautiful park in Djursholm. The exterior is really beautiful. Okay, and that's the interior. Okay, the library and some of the participants where they were visiting the institute with the director. Okay, and that's a few more photos of the inside. You see that the institute is a pretty nice place to work with. So that's a bit the exterior. So Djursholm is really a beautiful, beautiful area. And here is some views that you can have from the roof of the institute. So it's really gorgeous. So I think this is the sunrise, and this is on a gloomy day. On the roof, and you can see how amazing it is. But also you can note one of the most well-known feature of the institute is that everybody is wearing slippers.
Church of Maria Itzersdorf, a small town a bit south of Vienna. And I'm sitting here at the organ of the church. In case you wonder where the organ pipes are, I must disappoint you. This is an electronic organ. Electronic organ once upon a time meant that somehow artificially sounds were, was the right word, synthesized. And this never came anything near the sound of a real organ. Electronic organ today means that somebody equipped with a recording device goes to a real organ and records the various sounds of the pipes, and this is then put on such a thing.
Encore, encore.
What?
Encore, encore.
Is it serious?
Sure.
To all of you American girls, it's sad to imagine a world without you. American girls, I'd like to be part of the world around you. Driving a car by the seaside, watching the world from the bright side. To all of you American girls in the movies, no one can tell where your heart is. American girls like dollies, with shiny smiles and plastic bodies. I wish I had American.
She has made up some riddles to try to trick us. And we'll see. So maybe answer in the chat. Okay, are you ready for the first riddle?
Yeah.
Okay, speak slowly so we can all hear.
If you run fast, you lose me. If you stop, then you catch me. What am I? Your breath. Because if you run and too fast, you lose your breath, but and you only catch it when you stop.
Okay, the next one's even trickier, guys. Get ready.
Yeah, it is even trickier.
It is. This one she came up with like 2 days ago. Okay, you ready?
I am an odd number. If you take 2 away from me, I become even. What am I? 11.
11, yes.
Because if you take the E and the L away from 11, it becomes even.
And when I told Adelie that I was going to ACOW for the conference, she wanted to end with the following.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting.
We thank you.
Let's see what we can do. We're going to play the part of arrangement of the intermezzo from Cavaliere Rusticana.
By Mascani.
Mascani, yes.
Okay.
I recently came across a new fundamental operator that I call the doubling operator. The doubling operator is obtained in the following way. So you take something that you like and you double it because it's interesting to have two versions of it. So this is the good version of the doubling operator. However, sometimes the doubling operator has a bad side to it. And a bad side, a bad version of the doubling operator is as follows. So you apply it to something annoying, and then it tends to multiply, 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 multiply. Blah. So that's the bad version. But there's also a weird version of the doubling operator that when you apply it to something, suddenly something else happens, which is a double of what you were. That's it. That's my doubling operator. And this is the end.
So this is how March started this year. This is my library of my institute in India, Institute of Mathematical Science, Chennai. So as the month passed, so we are in lockdown situation and our quarantine life begins. And I live in rural India. So here this tree is there. It's the only friend during this time besides my family. This tree is a spring tree. So its name is Butia monosperma and local name is Polas. This in Bengali language, we call it Polas. And the around this rice field, and this is a pineapple tree in my home. We are here in April. We are sitting inside a room and nothing else is there. And now in India, lockdown extended. So our life is like this cat. No work, nothing to do. But I think life moved on. Life will move on. But our world is in danger. So we are in this situation. We need someone to lead us who can take us to safely to the land. And hope by December, we can see some beautiful campus. So this is in Aija Trivandrum, India.
Thank you for that show of another part of the world. I love this to see how we, all this contribution from all over the place. And now the next speaker is Sarah Billy.
Thank you. Well, I've been in lockdown. Before lockdown, actually, I was getting very interested in garbage. So I'm interested in the math and science of garbage, and I'm trying really hard to reduce the amount of plastic that I'm bringing into my home. And one way you can cut down on plastic is not buy it. So I wanted to share with you what I've been doing. I've been sort of starting to grow my own vegetables. And I was so surprised when I did a random video search of YouTube. I kind of found that you can actually regrow celery from the stalk that you were going to throw away. So it reduces waste. You don't need the plastic bag, and it actually is quite decorative. See, it's quite pretty. So let me show you how to grow your own celery, and I actually wrote it up, so I'll also send you the file. Okay, so I feel like Julia Child here. I'll show you. Here's my celery. If you would like to grow some yourself, you're gonna, when you go to eat it, you don't eat the whole thing, right? You cut off a little bit here at the end, maybe. Very crunchy celery. And this is the good part right here. This is what we're gonna grow from. And you need to let water come in the bottom. So we just trim off the smallest little bit. And I think the celery farmers know that you can do this, so they don't give you much. Now, sometimes I take a few of the stalks off too. This seems to help it grow roots. The roots on a celery don't grow down like normal roots. They kind of grow up. And then you take your celery, and I have here a little bit of water. You just put your celery in the water and you wait. You put it in the windowsill. Every couple of days I change the water. In a couple of days, you'll see, can you see this? This one's growing just a little bit. You see the little nub coming up? A few weeks. Looks like that. And not only can you do this with celery, but you can do this with green onion. Green onion go really well. The probability of success with green onion is exactly 1. The probability of success with celery is about 75%. And you can do it with leeks. Here's my leek. And you can do it with lettuce, but the probability of success with lettuce seems to be low, maybe 25%. Okay, I'll send you the PDF. I hope you start growing your own.
This is called house finch. The male is red. It has a red shade on its front and head, but the female is more or less gray all through. Now there are 4 babies growing up. According to what I read, I might end up losing the birds in 3 days because they are growing up to be fledglings.
So this is a recipe for Salzburger Nockel. There are some different opinions whether it's a dessert or a main dish. So this depends on your point of view of these things. And you just take some egg whites, yolk, some sugar. You preheat your oven, and then you make a very stiff, you beat the egg whites very stiff, add the sugar, and then you have to add the rest without disturbing the egg whites, and put it into a baking dish in little mountains. And the correct way would be to make 3 mountains, because around Salzburg there are 3 mountains. And then you bake it for 9 minutes, and that's basically it. You add some vanilla sauce or strawberry sauce, and then it might look something like this.
Yes.
Okay. So before that, before coming to Solna, I just wanted to share a couple of pictures from your show. So this is a photo I randomly took of this guy who I thought was rich enough to own his own island. So, and later on I was told that this is probably the house of one of the 2 bees from ABBA. Yes, I don't know which one. Probably Benny, but I don't know.
No, it's Björn. It's Björn Ulvaeus.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then later on, Francesco told us about Mittag Leffler's grave in Jurschholm. Those of you who know, who have been to the Institute, he loved his face. So he took several photos of himself and sculptures. And even on his grave site, you can see. But this is the lake I was talking about, this Rostachon, as Svante says. Yeah, it's really nice lake. And it has there's a region where there's lots of gulls. So you can hear their noise. This is from the other side. And this is one more of the lake.
everyone.
So,
Yeah,
I gotta go.
thank you very much, kids.
this was amazing. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
It was amazing. I'm so, you know, I actually think that our math is the best. We actually have the best talks in our community, and now we are most multi-talented too.
It was awesome. Yeah.
Indeed.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good
Bye.
night.
Night.
Thank you.
Take care, all.
Encore, encore.
What?
Encore, encore.
Is it serious?
Sure.